Hello, lovely adventurers, and welcome to another Needlessly Complicated 14 stream. My name's Arietta, and I'm futzing around with stuff because uh, I just keep running into issues with all of the technical stuff, so yeah. I don't really know what to say about it. Well, you might have noticed that we had ended in Gridania and now we're in Ul'dah about to head out to Spineless Basin, and that's because we are needing to do some botany before we're able to continue on with the Gridanian profession jobs. So, yeah, there's a lot to do today, and I'm pretty scattered, but for those of you who are new here, or you're just checking it out, uh, this series of streams is called Needlessly Complicated 14 because we are doing all of the quests and all of the jobs at the same time. So I'm going to start working on that botany leveling just for now, just to get that started. Okay, so we did need to go to Spineless Basin. It's going to be up here, I think, for all of the ones that we need. But yeah, my setup on my monitor today is a little bit odd because I have so much going on. I've knocked it down to only having the programs that I need in order to stream up. And yet, I do also have the task manager open because my CPU usage is being a bit of a pain. I had to turn down frame rate in order to make sure that I wasn't dealing with a whole lot of my CPU maxing out, and it, I don't know. I don't know. My GPU is fine, but yeah, okay, so I'm gonna grab one of these just so that I have one. But this is what I came here for, the cloves, because we need that for... Which one do we need that for? We need that for carpentry. So we need the clove oil for carpenter. And we're just grabbing a few things. We're not here to do a ton of botany because this is a level 10 tree. It's very low level, comparatively speaking. We'll just grab more cloves. I'm pretty sure we can use them for other things. Or rather the clove oil that we make from it. But yeah, I'm still dealing with a lot of real random stuff going on with trying to optimize the stream. Okay, so we need to go to Eastern Thanalin to Sandgate. Drybone is closest. And that's where we're going to try to get the most EXP for this. At some point in time, I am going to need to also figure out Discord and how to make it not show up where I don't want it to in my game. Because, oof, please go away. Let's see, I wanted potatoes. And that's Sandgate. Okay, so that's not far. How do I get there? So yeah, we're normally... That's not true. We are absolutely this chaotic on a regular basis. However, it's a little extra today just because I've been doing a lot of troubleshooting. I haven't been sleeping well. And just there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on, and I'm managing best I can. So yeah, today has been an interesting day to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, Pacific Daylight Time, to see what was going on Twitter. Because as many of you who follow Final Fantasy XIV and or play know, there was a 24-hour maintenance. Ooh, that's the one. Okay. And we're just grabbing a little bit of everything. Okay. And we are almost leveled up fully already. So we're just gonna grab more potatoes. Potatoes. They're not even potatoes. Why would you do... Oh, they are potatoes. Okay. I stand corrected. But yeah, just a lot going on. So... Okay, that was level 19. I stand corrected. We need level 20. So, let's grab more potatoes. Popotos. I'm never going to pronounce that right. I'm just so used to calling the Lullafels potatoes. It is just forever stuck. But yeah, the main thing that was going on, the main reason for the 24-hour maintenance, the one that everyone's been looking forward to forever, is data center visiting. You can travel between data centers now, or at least you could before it went down for maintenance almost immediately. Basically, everyone tried so hard to get to other data centers all at the same time that it crashed. uh, yeah, I can't say that I'm surprised because I'm not. Like, this has been a feature that players have been asking for basically ever, because everyone wants to be able to play with their friends, and because Final Fantasy is so global and internet is so global, everyone wants to hang out with their friends, and friends aren't just on single data centers. Like, that's not really a thing anymore. Like, people have friends all over the place, so yeah, of course they're gonna get real excited and host parties and stuff and crash the system immediately because everyone's so excited. Of course that's gonna happen. Another thing that happened today that was also very wholesome was that I'm probably pronouncing his last name incorrectly, and I do apologize for that. Alex Mukala, I believe it's pronounced. I could be wrong. Moukala. Hey, we're level 20. Awesome. So that's all that we needed here. But on his YouTube channel, he released... Hang on, I need to collect myself, and myself needs to be collected in Gridania. He released a video today where people had submitted videos of themselves singing along to a Final Fantasy XIV song. I don't pay as much attention to the music as I would like to be able to, because I just, that's not where my brain lies. I have trouble remembering the names of the songs and the orchestrations and all of that. So that's just not where my headspace is at. So even if I recognize the song, I might not recognize the name. Okay, so while we're in here, we were going to switch over to Carpenter. Wait, were we going to switch to Carpenter? We were not. We were going to switch to Blacksmith. And you'll see why momentarily. But it was this huge group effort to sing this song, and many others joined in to appear in the video, as well as work on the music and the sound and the video. And it was just really beautiful. Like, it was just a beautiful thing to see come together. This wonderful community gift to basically say thank you for making this something for us. And I just, because I am extremely emotional, I definitely cried. No one is surprised by that. Absolutely no one is surprised that I cried. Okay, so I was gonna switch over to Alchemist next. And it was just lovely. It was lovely to see. How many Quicksilvers do I need? Just the one? Yeah. So that was another lovely and wonderful and beautiful thing to see happen today. And then there were all of the posts reacting to the fact that there are presently in real life billboards that are up for a streamed in-game event that basically the website for the people putting it on is very ERP heavy, and it's also that the billboards sorry, I'm a little distracted because I am trying to keep this up at the same time. Come on. Oh no, please don't tell me that you've given up. Not yet, computer, not yet! Okay. The billboards very obviously use Final Fantasy imagery from the game, as well as heavily modded imagery, which, as has become very well known kind of far and wide at this point, you're not supposed to do that. Like, you don't advertise it and you don't say anything. Because it goes against the terms of service. So that was just seeing that and seeing how unabashed these people were in advertising something that puts kind of the community at large in a bad light. Oh man. It was rough. It was rough. So we had a couple things that were very wholesome, one of which was a bummer but still pretty wholesome. And one that was just beautiful coming together of community. Very wonderful. And then just I just don't know what those other people were thinking. And it also puts like streaming in a bad light. Like they're just making everybody look bad. I get the desire to want to do these things, but at the same time, maybe consider not. Maybe consider consequences. Okay, so oh, I don't have a jellyfish umbrella. So let's head over to the market board. So yeah, that was a very interesting thing to wake up to 2 hours before I needed to wake up and be unable to go back to sleep. So scrolling through Twitter was basically my only option other than staring at the wall. Oh, and I did give our boy a job. He is now a Lancer. And he brought us animal sinew. Wait, return. Thank you, Emeren. We appreciate you greatly. Are you level 5 yet? No, so I don't have any new gear for you. I'm sorry. So let's send him to go get some shriek shrooms so he keeps leveling up so we can get him up to level 5. Oh my god, Nikki! And the cat has decided to make her grand appearance. You have a bowl of water right here. Stop licking water out of the plant vase. I have some philodendrons. They're starting their roots in a vase behind me, and my cat decided, hey, you know what would be great? If I drank that instead of any of the things that I'm supposed to be drinking. Let's do that. No, maybe let's not. Okay. I'm just gonna head over yonder so there's fewer things loading in and fewer sounds about us. And she hasn't stopped. One moment. The cat is going to need to be temporarily removed from the room. Nikki, come here. Oof. Yeah, Squeak. Are you sad because I removed you? Yeah. Go play somewhere else. Having a cat is more complicated than I remembered it being when I was a kid. Having a cat as an adult, just it hits different. She's kind of a little jerk. Okay. She's been being very cute, though, as well as being a problem. So I've mentioned it multiple times before, I am sure. But she has just been, you know, a weirdo. She's just a little weirdo. And one of the things that she loves more than anything else is ice cubes. That's not what I had mentioned before, but it's related. What I had mentioned before is that it's been really hot here. So hot that you may have noticed that my brain is scrambled. Um, how many elm lumbers do I need? 2? Okay, 2. So my brain is scrambled from the heat, and it is particularly hot. I don't like it. It's just way too much. The weather needs to settle down and get a hobby, and not have that hobby be toasting me from the inside. But because it's been so hot, I have been drinking a lot more beverages with ice cubes. So we found out pretty early on that Nikki really likes ice cubes. Really likes ice cubes. So the other day, I gave her ice cubes, just a little treat. I put them in her water dish. She had just finished drinking quite a bit of water. Oh, this was a mistake. Okay. Success. So, and it was an iron spear that I needed. According to my notes, it was an iron spear that I needed. Okay. So, she had, like I said, she had just finished drinking a whole bunch of water because it's been hot, so she's been thirsty, and I'm very proud of her for staying hydrated. She is a good little cat. I put a handful of ice cubes in her bowl, and she came running. She came running back to drink more water because now the water had ice cubes. It was very cute and very silly. So that's all well and good. The vase full of water and plant bits that I had just deterred her from drinking from, one of the ways that I've been trying to make sure that she doesn't drink from it is by setting up a dish of water next to it so that she has her own dish. And you know, that worked pretty well for a while. I was actually very impressed at how well it was working. It's just like, okay, maybe she just needs water in the room. Maybe that's all this is that she needs some water in the room, otherwise she's going to find some. Nope, nope. But I had put ice cubes in her water in here, and that's part of the reason why she was drinking that instead of the plant water. But as you just heard, she's gone back to drinking the plant water. Okay, so we're going to switch over to leather worker. And if anyone's curious as to what I'm doing, I am working through leave quests in order to level up the profession jobs as quickly as possible, since we do not have level 20 quests for them yet. And we're only leveling 220, so we're going to grab the quests and go back to what we were doing with the MSQ once we're done here. So here's the problem about having a cat who really likes ice cubes. And comes running for ice cubes while it's very hot. She comes running for your ice cubes too. So earlier today, when I was getting myself some water for the stream, and just in general before streaming today, I put ice cubes in my glass, and all of a sudden I hear this thundering down the hallway, and suddenly there is a cat at my feet yelling to let me know that I'm not putting ice cubes in her water dish fast enough. Ridiculous. So that is one of the more recent Nikki stories. She is a very cute cat and a very big problem. Okay. That's good. I'm gonna just check a few settings real quick. Alright. Seems like everything is going fine. Back to crafting. Okay, so we need a hard leather choker and a hard leather skull cap. Okay. I'm trying to be more on top of making sure that I have everything planned out for the professions before I start streaming. It's not always a possibility, but I'm trying. Things have been just a little bit extra hectic in real life. So I'm also just dealing with a lot of that. I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to stay on top of the stuff that I do for the stream because I want it to be enjoyable for all of you. But sometimes I'm not able to quite get there. Yes, thank you. Okay, so that's the choker and the skull cap. So now we can turn all of those in right around the corner. We might still have to do some more in order to get all the way to 20 because we only just got to 18 on Leatherworker. So yeah, again, some of these, they go fast, and I am over planning, and some of these, not so much. But hopefully turning in a high quality item will at least get us to 19. Yeah, that'll get us to 19. Might even get us halfway to 20. It's on the other job, that's why it's not showing up. So this... Okay. Yes, okay. So is that 20 or am I just making things up? Carpenter 21. Okay. That is more than good enough. Okay, now Leatherworker, turning this in, it should give us enough. Okay, that's level 19. And that's level 20. Excellent. So, all of our profession jobs for Gridania are now fully leveled up. So, one of the things that we need to do now is gather up all the level 20 job quests that are in the area. So, since we're already in Leatherworker, we'll just go grab that real quick. Oh goodness, okay. I'm getting better with my estimates, and I'm very glad about that. Hi, Jiva! What level 20 quest do you have for us? Ah, there you are, Arietta. I hope you've been working on your techniques because I have a difficult task for you. While mayhap not as difficult as I had originally intended, I had thought to bid you prepare 100 circles of aldgoat leather, but instead I want you to gauge your aptitude for materia melding. You have at least a passing familiarity with materia, correct? The crystallized substance often used to enhance the properties of weapons and armor? I certainly hope you do, Arietta, because an experienced leather worker is expected to possess the skill to meld materia to his wares. For this task, you will affix a single materia to a pair of goatskin leggings. What type of materia you use is of no consequence. What matters is your ability to successfully attach it. And it goes without saying that you must make the leggings as well. To do so, you'll need cotton cloth and aldgoat leather. Most cotton cloth is produced by weavers of Ulda's sun-silk tapestries, while aldgoat leather is of course obtained from aldgoats, which roam the deserts of Thanalin. Lest you think I mean to send you all the way to the Sultanate, fear not. If you can obtain your materials by perusing the market boards or by eliciting the help of friends, by all means do so. That said, a trip to Central Thanalin might be warranted if you know nothing of materia. There's a goblin somewhere out there who's said to be an authority on the subject. Now run along and get crafting, Arietta. I'm going to grab a sip of water, because I'm already having stuff go with my throat. Alright, just to have something up. Another thing that I have done recently is set up a new command. Let's hope it works. Yes. So, and my timer went off finally because I have a single post. So, I have a new command to replace all the other ones, so it should be less spam because now it has a single directory link as opposed to all the individual links for Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, obviously, Ko-fi, and now Throne. So all of that is on the beacons link right there for anyone who would like to find my stuff elsewhere. Oh, I have... No, that's not a turn-in. That's a... You have a quest. That's an unlock. Blue is unlock, green is turn-in. But we have to pick up all the level 20 quests while we're here. And turn in our last level 15 quest, which is for Conjurer. I've been expecting you, Arietta. Have you been training hard? I would set you your next trial, one more dangerous than any you have faced before. But I would not send you unprepared. I would not send an unprepared woman to her death. Before we proceed, I must needs verify your progress with mine own eyes. You will face 3 experienced lancers in single combat. Defeat each one in succession, and you will prove yourself fit to undertake the trial. Arm yourself and take your place in the training area, and we begin when you are ready. I mean, I'm already right here. I'm already right here. This isn't even the main part of the quest, I don't think. But no, we're probably not going to be doing all of the job quests. Okay. Let's see if I can remember all of this stuff. Oh, that wasn't hard. Next. Okay, come here. Okay. Slightly harder than the first one. And he said 3, right? Okay. So this leads to the rest of the quest, I believe. Well done, Arietta. Impressive, Arietta, most impressive. You are ready to face the trial. Yet I did not exaggerate when I said it would be dangerous. Make no mistake, to take this test is to risk death. Knowing this, do you still wish to proceed? Yeah, sure, I've died before. You disappoint me. Back again, are you? That woman is the only soul in this pathetic excuse for a guild who shows any promise. Which is why I counseled her to leave you. Alas, she chose to remain in your house of cravens. Such a waste. This guild has outlived its purpose, and I mean to see its doors shut and barred for good. If you wish to object, I invite you to do so with lance in hand. You do not want for confidence, sir, but answer me this. What grudge do you hold against us? For what reason did you choose this of all crusades? I detest cravens who would proclaim their courage, and like nothing better than to crush them. That is my reason. Well, the fixity of your purpose is clear, even if your reasoning is not. So be it. Suffice it to say, you will not have your way without a fight. Oh, but do not presume that I will be your opponent. No, you must face the Lancer over whom you so grandly claimed mentorship, the one woman among us whose potential you condescended to acknowledge. Arietta shall represent us all. As guildmaster, I wager the fate of the guild upon her lance. Ha! Do as you will, coward. It is your guild to throw away. You may even set the terms of the contest. Very well. Arietta here is to undertake a trial. I challenge you to complete the task before she does. You are to travel to the East Shroud and prove your courage before the Lord of the Bramble Patch. He is a giant amongst boars, unrivaled in strength and savagery, and ruler over all his kind. You must go before this fearsome creature and stand your ground. Know, though, that the Lord of the Bramble Patch will not grant an audience to just anyone. You must needs present him an offering of the bloody tusks of his subjects, the wild boars that inhabit his domain. When you have prepared your offering, leave it upon an area of trampled earth. Drawn to the stench of blood, the Lord of the Bramble Patch will soon appear. That is all. Are there any questions? No? Then let the trial commence. I mean, I would let the trial commence. However, I got stuff to do. And the cat is howling at the door. She's very good at being sad. At least when it is within her best interest, and sometimes when it is not. Okay. I'm gonna grab the level 20 quest here. Good morning, Arietta. I see from the soil in your hands that you have been as diligent as ever in your botany. I'm not surprised. As we develop new skills, so do our labors become more varied, and thus does our motivation grow. Yet know that motivation can only take one so far. If you wish to master botany, you must pay heed to those details which you have until now taken for granted. In particular, I speak of gear, the tools of our trade. Not all tools are created equal, you see, and if you are to work with any degree of efficiency, you must use such gear as befits your ability. Lest you misunderstand, I'm not telling you to go and replace your gear. There's a more frugal way to improve your tools, and one more respectful to nature besides. Tell me, have you heard of materia? Oh my gosh, so much. All of this is going to be about materia, isn't it? Once you have gathered the requisite... okay. A thorough research of the area surrounding Aleport will surely prove fruitful. Okay, so we're getting the carbonized matter that was used before materia to gather that in order to then have materia. Yeah, the carbonized matter. Grade 1. Okay. Have I mentioned that I'm tired? Have I mentioned that I haven't slept properly in like a week? Friday was particularly bad after the stream. I managed to pinch a nerve in my left elbow because my desk is not well shaped for using the WASD keys. I just put on Archer, so we need to go to the Archers Guild. So because my desk is not well suited for WASD keys, and I was holding it at a weird angle, and I streamed, and then I hyper fixated on Stardew Valley for several hours. I managed to inflame the muscles around the nerves, the nerve bundles in my elbow. So I was in like a 9 out of 10 pain for like until 4 a.m. So that was bad. I want more sleep, guys. I really need it. I slept until noon yesterday, and it wasn't enough. You come at a good time, Arietta. I have a task for you. A petition has arrived from the proprietor of Buscaron's Druthers out in the South Shroud. The petitioner, Buscaron himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with a gang of poachers. I would have the three of you meet with him and investigate his claims. The three of us? You mean Arietta, myself, and... It would be better if I went alone, Lucienne. The Mikote and the other one will only encumber me. No, Silver. You will go as three. Also, it is past time you recognize Arietta as a fellow archer. I will not. I have held my tongue on the matter of her continued presence here, but I will bend no further. You have not held your tongue, not even once! You have bothered me and insulted me and lectured me. Ah! Who in the seven hells do you think you are, Bowlord Lewin? In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a quiverman anymore. That may be, but I have shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage. Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Enough. But one more word and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The three of you will go to Buscaron's Druthers in the South Shroud. Now out of my sight. I'm with Lee on this. Silver is rude and racist, and I don't like him. He gets less bad, but not enough to make up for his bullshit. At least not in my opinion. For what it's worth. Okay. Picking up level 20 job quest before we continue. Okay. Arietta, my thoughts have turned to you lately. I trust you have honed your skills further since we last met. In that case, I have a request. Mayhap you have made iron lances before for your customers. However, you have not made them for me. As you doubtless know, my standards differ from those of others. An iron lance's design is one of elegance and simplicity, and I would see that you demonstrate your understanding of those qualities through your work. This I ask of all my charges. The iron lance is a marriage of elm, iron, and leather. As you are doubtless aware, the requisite elm lumber and circles of leather are readily available within the city. Iron ingots, however, are much rarer, as they are forged by the smiths of Limsa Lumensa. Procuring them will prove far more problematic. I have some in my pockets. You must steel yourself for a long and arduous journey, Arietta. The wilderness is infested with unspeakable horrors, and the roads are watched by bandit hordes. But I jest. While such arduous character-building trials may have been possible once upon a time, they are, alas, simply unfeasible now. You need only browse the market boards or enlist the aid of a blacksmithing associate to obtain the iron you require. Oh, and there is but one more thing you must needs do. I would have you attach a single materia because goblins and you need to know about Thanolin and stuff is happening. Alright, so I think the only job we have left to do is Conjure, which means that we need to turn in our level 15 quest and pick up the level 51. And I am sorry if the graphics are a little bit choppier than usual today. I had to turn down the frame rate in order to keep the CPU usage from maxing out. After talking to one of my tech buddies whose literal job it is to do computer upgrades for hardware and software, I'm going to be needing to replace the CPU cooler, the motherboard, and the RAM at the same time, and possibly the power supply. We don't know if it's good enough, but I would have to turn my computer off and unscrew various parts in order to find out for sure. But I need to replace those all at the same time due to compatibility reasons because my RAM is the RAM for my computer is it's old. I was going to try and come up with some clever way to put it, but it's just old. They don't make it anymore. It doesn't show up on websites. You can't find it. It's old. So all of those need to be replaced simultaneously, which is expensive. Arietta, you have returned at last, so were you able to speak with Sylphie? Yeah, she was super upset. I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing, the principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite, and now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills, and Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus it is not unexpected that she should reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the future, Arietta. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of the earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life, but you also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed this third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is but the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself even more closely to the elements and to nature. Oh, I have to figure out... That's worse. I don't think any of these are going to end up being better. No. The pants are a good color, but no. No, we take the money. Okay, and now we pick up the level 20 quest. Greetings, Arietta. You radiate the confidence of a conjurer who neglects not her study of the elements. I confess I have no lesson for you to learn this day. Instead, I would ask that you aid me in the education of another. Yes, I speak of Sylphie. After no small amount of prompting bordering on coercion, the child has finally promised to attempt to embrace the forces of nature. But I am afraid the matter is not so easily resolved. Sylphie has never attempted to learn the basic offensive spells that you and most other conjurers mastered before venturing in the wild. As such, she is ill-equipped to undertake the trials which furnished you and your peers with an understanding of the elements. Put simply, she is no match for the tainted spirits of nature. But if a more compatible conjurer were to accompany her, more more capable, not compatible, and purify the corruption in her stead, it may yet serve to impress upon her the power of the forces at work. I bid you take her on a pilgrimage around the Twelveswood and give her the opportunity to witness these confrontations firsthand. Earth, wind, water, she must know them all. Show her the majesty and primal ferocity of nature. As it was with you, let Earth be her first lesson. Sylphie awaits you at Bent Branch Meadows. Pray forgive my presumption, but I thought it best to send her on ahead while her conviction remained strong. Once you have located the patch and corrupted soil at Bent Branch, draw forth the tainted sprite and let her witness the struggle that ensues. May the elementals aid you in this endeavor, Arietta. Okay, so I believe we have picked up... Yeah, so we got botanist, carpenter, leatherworker, conjurer, lancer, and archer. So we have picked up all the level 20 job quests here. And now we're going to repair our gear, for starters. Ooh. We have a lot of repair work to do, apparently. Okay, so our lowest EXP is going to be Pugilist. Again, I don't think I actually get EXP from doing the MSQ quest that I'm working through. However, I will try nonetheless. And while our dear Kane-senna is talking, I am going to apply some chapstick.
I lost my son to the calamity.
Alphino?
The 3 Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body. Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood, fearful of the Green Wrath. They hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest.
Also, for anyone who is unaware, that is true. Before Gridania was founded, before they were able to make contact and appease the elementals in a way that would allow them to be on the surface, they did live basically in an underground city. I don't remember if it's the same underground city as Palace of the Dead, but they did live in an underground city.
Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania
The
flourished
sassy
into the
children are
great
here.
nation it is today.
The sassy children are here.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elizin. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat.
So one thing that I always forget about Kane Senna is that because these ear hair decorations are so prominent, I forget that she also has horns. Like, I never remember that because the ear decorations, the leaf-shaped ear decorations are so prevalent.
"5 years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on that
high
bloody
roads without
Ixal.
fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
Okay, so I have feelings about Alize's original voice actress. This was a choice. This was a choice. Oh, it's so high-pitched compared to her new voice actress, the one that continues from Heavensward onward. Gosh, I remember when I first finished post A Realm Reborn, because you are in a room with Alphino when you finish the quests for post A Realm Reborn content. And you hear him talk. He has voice acted lines. And then it switches to Heavensward content. And the whiplash from the change in voice actor nearly threw me out of my seat. It was just such a drastic difference and so surprising and unexpected. Also, for people who don't know, those who they do not remember, the people who died, the Warriors of Light from these stories, are the actual player base of Final Fantasy XIV before A Realm Reborn. They're the player base from 1.0, and at the end of the credits for A Realm Reborn, all the people who finished the content for 1.0 before A Realm Reborn was released are listed. I actually have a couple friends who are in that credits listed under their character names.
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united.
I have let the cat back in because she was yelling. Eek. She, however, does not want to be within petting reach. Yep, she yelling at me.
Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you, join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children.
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
That was also very sassy. Just that half-lidded eye looking over the shoulder. And she's immediately back to drinking from the vase. Ugh, this cat, I swear to God.
Fancy meeting you again.
Oh, is it? Is it really, Alphino? Uh-oh. Okay. I looked away. I did not realize that it was loading in. Uh-oh. I went to go grab the cat and... Yes, meow. I didn't realize that I had to read. The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably the more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike disposition, and wont to summon their bloodthirsty primal Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Roma. Or Ramu, I'm sorry. The pronunciation. Alice, what are you looking at? The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet, how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gradanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out, if the Elder Seed Seer's words fell on fertile ground. See, the way he talks about Gridania, as opposed to the way he talks about the Maelstrom, it feels like a pretty significant contrast. When I played through the first time, it's just like, oh, he really doesn't like Limsa. He really doesn't like Limsa, based on how he spoke about them needing the help of an adventurer as opposed to how Gridania needed the help of an adventurer. Maybe it's my impressions, but that's whatever. Anyways, I am going to take a short intermission. I will be back soon, but I need to take care of a few things, and we're at the halfway point, so now is probably a good time to do so. We will be back soon, and we will continue on in Ul'dah. All right. Make sure to grab some water and stretch. Okay. Aha! That is not what I put in there. um, my bot, why are you like this? Why are you like this? Oh, because I entered the wrong thing. That's why you were like this. BRB. There we are. Stay hydrated and stretch. Okay. I'll see you soon. I returned to see a Seki. Hi, Seki. Okay. I need to actually switch the scenes, don't I? That's probably important. Nikki, what? What do you want, you petulant gremlin? She's being a little punk today. Okay, so we did all of our Gridanian profession jobs and picked up all of the level 20 job quests in Gridania. So now we're heading over to Ul'dah to do alchemist, goldsmith, weaver, and miner. We're gonna take the airship because it's cheaper. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna do that. And unfortunately, like, that's one of the ones, uh, that's one of the ones where it's just like, it's going to caption wrong quite often. And it's unfortunate, but yeah. I might, change what it auto captions to, but we'll have to figure out some stuff first. Okay. First, I need the access to my brain, which might not be an option, but that's okay. This is not where I had intended to go. This is not where I had intended to go. Well, I'm glad to be helping you out, but what did you do? Now I am curious and worried. Okay, so I already have an ash wand. But do I need to make another one? Okay. Okay, so ash wand. And if we go over here, 2 desserts and a dinner. And the 4th yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, that would do it. Okay, so 1 ash branch. I would love to go swimming, but I do not trust my neighbors in my apartment complex. Like, I'm sure they're all nice enough people, but with a lot of the lifting of restrictions, it's just, I don't want to deal with my neighbors. And how many of them argue for not safety protocol. Oh good, we still have a jellyfish umbra, but we do need a quicksilver. Which means that we need more cinnabar. Yes, for viral infections, because it's not just the big one here. There's a lot going around in my area, and I I don't trust people anymore. It's been really difficult to make sure that even people going to the doctor's office, which I do at least once every other week, they're just showing up at the clinic coughing without a mask. obviously haven't washed their hands in a while, and insisting on like looking over my shoulder. It's very gross. Oh, come on. Okay, so I need one hard leather grimoire, which is sorry if this part is boring. I am trying to just do this on the fly. Okay, I have the elm log and I have the cotton yarn. What else do I need? Okay. Plus 2 hard leather. And a yew log, which I might not have. Yep, okay. So, cotton shepherd's tunic. Yeah, yeah, I kind of gave up on knowing that people would take precautions by how my community handled the situation when it first arose. Yeah, I don't live in a particularly clear-headed environment. Okay, so we need 4 cotton yarn for this, which means we probably have to do more botany. Yep, so that requires 2 cotton bowls. What am I doing here? Okay, how far back do I have to go to? Oh, I'm also doing this wrong. Did we need the cotton yarn for something else? Yes, we did. So we also need 1 additional cotton yarn, which is 1 cotton bowl, and then 1 brass ingot. Yeah, I'm just saying it out loud so that you're not just sitting here watching an unmoving screen while I'm writing this out. Okay. And my copper and zinc are with my retainer, so 2 copper, 1 zinc. Okay. So much to do. Initiates. Slops. I actually might have some of these. No, not Weaver's secondary tool. legs. There we are. Okay, so we need 2 more cotton cloth. Which is 4 more undyed cotton yarn. Which is an additional 2 cotton bowls. And we need 1 cotton yarn, which is another cotton bowl. And we have the beast sinew, okay. Brass wristlets of crafting. I really did make this way too complicated on myself, didn't I? I should have done more preparation. And it was of crafting, yes. Okay, so 1 brass ingot, which is going to be 2 copper and 1 zinc, and then 2 brass rings, which, if I am remembering correctly, each take, okay, so that's going to be 2 brass ingots, which is going to be 4 copper and 1 zinc. Yeah, I will know better once I get over there. Oh. Oopsie doodle. But I know for a fact that I don't have quite a bit of this stuff. Okay. 1 brass ingot, which is another 2 copper and 1 zinc, and 1 ragstone, whetstone, which I know that I have. Okay. So, we came all the way to Ul'dah to work on crafting things, and now we have to go all the way back to Gridania to gather materials. Hi, Para, how are you? Bent branch. All right. And another thing that I need to remember to do at a later time is change the freaking Discord notifications again so they stop showing up over my minimap. It's very rude of them, and I am not a fan. Okay, so far, last time we did all of our Limsa level 20 profession jobs and gathered those job quests. Today, we have done all of the Gridanian level 20, getting all of the profession jobs to level 20, and gathered the correct level 20 job quests. Yes, I already have the stuff for the hard leather. I know for a fact that I do because it was in my bags because I was doing leatherworking earlier in the stream. But now we are doing the same thing for Ul'dah jobs because now we gotta do those. Okay. How many do we have? 17? That seems like enough. I'm gonna count real quick. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we got way more than we actually needed. That's fine. Okay, and now we switch over to minor, which we actually need to level up as well. That's right, it's under the other minor. Aha! It's at Horizon's edge, directly in front of Horizon. Okay, lots of organization stuff that I was not planning on doing. How rude of it. I keep misjudging how much planning ahead I need to do. I either have way too much or not nearly enough, and there is no in between. Okay, that's all the cinnabar I need, but since we are out, that's the wrong button. Since we are out here, let's pick up some zinc. Black brush or hammer layer? Black brush is easier to get to. Let's go there. If only our retainer was high enough level to pick up some of these things for us, but so far he's not been very helpful. He's been very cute, but not very helpful. But he's trying. Yeah. Yeah. That was not a high enough jump. I have the carpenter. I should have used the skill thing. Whatever. I have the carpenter set up with all the information that I need for all of the job quests, but not all of the leave quests because I don't do leave quests on my main. I might actually choose to do leave quests out here for minor though, just to speed things up a bit. Okay, I think that's all the stuff that I still needed to gather because I have way more copper than I actually need. And yeah, everything else just needs to go back into the city and work on it. Okay. So we're gonna head over to Sapphire Avenue Exchange, and then we are immediately going to run away so that my CPU doesn't overheat. It does not like the market boards. And he's completed his adventure. Are you level 5 yet? No, you are not. Come on, Amaran. Go pick up this thing I'm allergic to. Okay, and trust withdraw. So, first things first, we check to see if we actually have any of these things already. I don't see any wands, so probably not. I also don't see any grimoires. Cotton shepherd's tunic. Cotton shirt. Hempen robe. Once it gets down to hemp, it's not there. Initiate slops. Striped cotton slops. Hempen trousers. Nope. Okay. Brass wristlets. That's probably not going to be on here. I think that's a bracelet. And of course there aren't any rings. Okay, so next we pull the materials that we need. So we need an ash branch. Do we actually have one? We have exactly one. Yay us. Okay, so there's that. We have the cinnabar that we need for the making this quicksilver for the growth formula beta. Was there anything else we needed for growth formula beta? I don't remember. You can do it. I believe in you. We have everything else. Okay. We just needed to make the quicksilver. Okay. Bronze rivets, but those are not the ones that we need. Okay. I could have sworn... Aha. Okay, and the ragstone whetstone. Sort. Sand, iron, sand. Bronze ingots. Do we need any of those? Nope. Alright, I believe that we have everything that we needed to get from Emeran, so he can go off and do his little questy quest now. Okay, so we're going to drink some mineral water to make sure. And now let's switch to the correct jobs. That might help. Okay, so I'm going to do alchemist first. So we need a growth formula beta, which means we need a quicksilver. We run over here, do a quicksilver. All the bottles of water from the vials and potions. I mean, we might eat them. We just don't know. Either that or Eorzea has a pretty fantastic recycling program. Okay, so quicksilver. Done. And I'm just gonna cross off a few things. Oh, I forgot to look up the enchanted iron ink, but that's fine. We'll figure that out shortly. Okay. We picked up all the cotton bowls. So many. Way more than we actually needed. Okay, so with the growth formula beta, which we still need to make, synthesize. Yeah, let's do the 50. Yeah, I'm trying to be efficient, so like, yes, having more is better than having less. However, I'd rather not have to do more math than I already have to. This playthrough has required so much math. So much. Okay, so now we can make an ash wand. Okay. Okay, so we have one of those. I don't... That's something that we did not get from the retainer. Do we have U-logs? Have we even gone that far in what we were doing yet? Ash log, maple log. Nope. We have to go get a U-log. We'll do that in a bit. Okay, so now we're going to switch over to Goldsmith. And we need to make 1 brass ingot, 2 brass ingots, 3, 4, 5 brass ingots. Load. Thank you. Synthesize. Okay, so 1, and I said we needed 5. All right. So I can just kind of stop using my brain about now, which is probably for the best for everyone. Okay, we're at level 18, which is great. You know, it's kind of stressful having my task manager open and being able to see my CPU being mad. But I mean, I'd rather know that it's still below 80 instead of hitting 100 at all times. So a thing that is going to be coming up, and I'm not quite sure how it's going to affect stream or if it's going to affect stream, is that my partner is going to be home on Fridays for the next 3 Friday streams. So hopefully that's fine. I mean, it absolutely should be, but he also will likely be playing video games in the other room, and he does get loud when it is a competitive game. Do I need to be making another one of these? Better safe than sorry. We'll need it for something else, like immediately, I'm sure. Okay. Let us check. Oh yeah, we could have stopped. That's fine. Okay, so brass ingots there, and there, and there, and there. So, now that we have the brass ingots, let's quickly make the brass rings. So we need 2 of this kind of brass ring. Used to play competitive games, and most noise I make are muffled bad words. You felt bad for the table. Yeah. Yeah, he's not a quiet person at the best of times, but when he's losing unreasonably because of being grouped with a team that just isn't pulling their weight, I can't really blame him for getting frustrated, but wow, does he get loud. Okay, we're level 19. So it's just a regular brass ring. Yeah, I don't really like competitive games myself. I just don't really enjoy them. I like competing against myself, which is why we are stuck in this hellhole of crafting, but I like making challenges. I don't like challenging other people as much. And part of the reason is because I'm terribly bad at it. I don't have the reflexes or the skills necessary to do competitive gameplay, which is part of the reason why PvP in Final Fantasy is fine, I guess. Sure. uh, but that's because I have a team of 24 other people to drag my butt across the screen. And I am unfortunately that person who needs to be carried, and I feel bad, but I've tried to do better, it's just not working. Okay, so I need 1, 5, 6, 10 cotton yarns. Yeah, that's not a neutral viewpoint for sure. Yeah, it's nice that they do have it set up in Final Fantasy that you do get the bonus whether you win or lose, because I'm not helping my team win, I can promise you that. It's not because I'm not trying, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I get super overwhelmed by the chaos, and it's just like, okay, well, if there was any clear-headedness going into this, it's gone. It's not coming back. Yeah, everyone's so excited about Crystalline Conflict, and I am just panicked looking at it. So I will sit here with my weird little hand crank spinning wheel that looks nothing like my in real life spinning wheel. Did I make way too many? That's cotton yarn, and that's high quality cotton yarn. I still need to make more. Okay. I might as well just keep making it. I'm not going to use cotton bowls for anything for a while. Congrats on making it to gold. I don't know what that means. I'm sure it's a pretty high rank, but I have no frame of reference. I'm sorry. Sort of in the middle. Very cool. Okay. More synthesis. Keep synthesizing. Forever. Yeah, sometimes you say good enough and it's good enough. And that's always a better place than constantly feeling like no matter what you do, it's not going to be enough. And like that's how competitive can be for so many games. It's just like when you're playing something for fun, the fun kind of gets sapped if you're so incredibly busy trying to improve at a rate that's unreasonable for you or is very the improvement is taking so much out of you that it is not reasonable for you. I've probably made way too much cotton, so this is going to be the last one because it's the last of my resources to make it. However, we'll soon be done with this aspect, I hope. We will not have enough time today to go and do all of the level 20 MSQ continuation or grab all the level 20 Ulda job quests, but I mean, we made it pretty dang far. We made it farther than I had originally planned for today, and that counts for something. But boy, oh boy, do I wish that we could have gotten more done last time. I feel like this time we've almost doubled our output for no discernible reason. Okay, so there's probably a discernible reason. I'm just not paying hard enough attention. Okay. You have 2 of the 4 that we need. But yeah, after this stream, we should be back on track to just work on MSQ and level 20 quests for a while. So I'm happy about that. That'll be good progress. And that was 4. Excellent. Okay. Just scroll, initiate slops. Synthesize. Yeah, we will have more than enough EXP coming in. Yeah, we're gonna get to 20 before we even turn it in. That's fine. It's not as much of a race as it was before. Okay. And there's the level 20. Okay. So, I think we were missing a U log for the the engraved hard leather grimoire. We could probably make the original hard leather grimoire that we need in order to put into the engraved hard leather grimoire, though. We're going to need to switch over to Alchemist. I don't know if we have the materials for that, though, because I didn't think hard. Enchanted iron ink. I don't know that we have iron sand and viscous secretion, so I'm going to write that down for next time. Iron sand, viscous secretions. Okay. And need to get a U log. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn in what we already have available to us. Rat's favorite pasta? I have no idea. One more level. Vermicelli. That's very good. That's very good. Okay. So doing a bunch of turn-ins is a good way to end the stream because we'll get those levels. Yes, the good one. Alright, level 19. Okay. I spaced out for a second there. And that's a level up for Weaver. Another level up for Weaver. Okay, now I'm a little bit sad. Because Miner is still level 18 and Alchemist is still level 19. So you know what? We're gonna go and get the iron sand with Miner. We're not ending it like this. I'm not doing it. Okay, iron sand. It's over by Horizon's Edge. Do I not? I do. I have 2 of them. Okay. Viscous secretions, though, I definitely do not. And as far as Miner, we are going to have to do a leave quest. Okay. Field craft. Level 18. I think we only need to do one of these. This is dry bone. And this is also dry bone. I'll just grab both of them and call it good. Okay, for the viscous secretions, I think we can either pick those up from the tradecraft merchant or we can just do the market board. Okay. So, iron sand. Okay. Just gonna check real quick. Oh, we do have it. Oh, good. Go away. There it is. Okay, retrieve from retainer. Okay, so we do have the material. Okay, so 1, and we need to switch over to alchemist. Okay, we're gonna synthesize. And we only needed the one enchanted iron ink, I think. Okay. And so now we do the hard leather grimoire. So we need hard leather. There. We need 2 hard leather. Because we need one for the grimoire and another one for the enchanted hard leather grimoire. One. And 2. Okay, and now we switch back to alchemist to make that hard leather grimoire. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're high enough level to do literally any of the beast tribes. I think you have to reach a certain point before you can even do the Ixal ones. Okay, we have the hard leather grimoire. And we don't have that. Oh, we need 2 hard leather. That is my bad. But we don't have the U-log. Okay, so switching back to leatherworker. 1 more hard leather. Okay, now we have enough of the hard leather. And I'm just gonna hit the market board. Hopefully someone has a low quantity. Not especially, but that's fine. We will perfect this stuff later. Oh. Alright. We made the engraved hard leather grimoire, so we can turn that in and then go do the leave quests in Drybone. Run faster! Also, I apologize to anyone who is also getting a little bit dizzy from the lower frame rate. When my character runs. I'm not enjoying it very much either, but I'm trying to keep my computer from exploding so that I'm able to continue doing this. Okay. Teleport out to Camp Drybone. You know what would be really incredible right now? I want snickerdoodle cookies. I say this, I made really yummy strawberry cobbler last night. However, I want snickerdoodle cookies. Because I'm a problem. Okay, so that one's up there. That one's also approximately in the same location. So, either way. We are so close to getting a chocobo! What's it saying about Earth sprites? Okay. Well, I certainly hope that it's as easy as they say. Because good gravy. Okay, so that would be in journal initiate. Sure. That's not going to do much. Okay. 9 out of 35. It doesn't increase a lot, but it increases some. Okay. The music change is kind of adorable. It feels very like determined adventure old western movie, which I find very funny because old westerns and samurai movies basically had the same format. Like, this has been discussed so many places by people well more versed in the information than I am, but I still find it very funny. Okay, level 19. Okay. We're almost done, and I think that should be enough for level 20. I hope. Yep. Okay. Duty complete. Teleport me. Okay. I have a collect reward. Complete. Level 21. Excellent. Okay. And that is all of our profession jobs up to level 20. So, with that done, I do want to say that I am already prepared for the next MSQ, as well as picking up all the level 20 job quests in Ul'dah. Like, those were not the hard part. Actually obtaining the levels through the leaves, that was the hard part. So I will be much more prepared and much less focused on doing specific things, and there should be a lot more interesting things on screen next time we all hang out. So, also, Tifa-esque cosplay. Very nice. But yeah, that is all for today. Thank you very much to everyone who has stopped by. I appreciate you. We're gonna be switching screens. All right. So, thank you again for coming on this adventure with me. Thank you for putting up with my scatterbrainedness. It's been a rough weekend, and I really need to get some sleep, like ever. Ever again. I really just need any sleep at all. Any of it. Insomnia is terrible. I would not wish that upon anyone. Anyways, so as the screen says, a special thanks for our Ko-fi supporters. That means Seki, who is our first and currently only Ko-fi supporter. And if you are enjoying what we've been doing, even if this is not the best highlight of it, and would like to find more content created by yours truly or along the same vein, here is a link to my Beacons page. Through the Beacons page, you can find links for Twitter, where I have updates on the stream related and Final Fantasy related commentary, and pictures of my obnoxious cat who decided that she needed to be part of the stream today by yelling at me for so long. VODs from previous streams can all be found on YouTube. If you would like to be a special thanks Ko-fi supporter, the link for the Ko-fi is also in the Beacons directory, as well as a link for Throne, which I'm still not quite sure how to approach that, so we're just leaving it up there just so to make sure that it's been mentioned. For the Ko-fi account, however, the current goal is set to get a mouse, a second monitor, and a USB, what's it called? USB hub, because I need new peripherals I have already obtained the mouse. I should be hearing about the possibility of being gifted a monitor. I successfully have the message that I got a new monitor. Well, new to me anyway. It's pretty old and it's whatever, but it will make it easier for me to keep track of what's going on in chat while I'm working on the stream, and it also means that I can full screen my game while I'm streaming, so I'm looking forward to that. So now all that's left is going to be to get a USB hub, and that goal will have been met. Obviously, at some point in the future, I would love to get newer and improved monitors as opposed to hand-me-downs, but they will work for my purposes in the interim. Once I'm able to get that final little amount in order to get the USB hubs, I will be switching the goal over to specifically being for the CPU cooler, motherboard, uh, memory, and possibly power supply that I need to replace all in one fell swoop because my computer is running real hot and not liking Final Fantasy. If it continues in this vein, I am going to have to switch to a different game or much, much, much lower settings than I've already lowered in order to be able to continue streaming. So there might be some other games mixed in there. We'll see. I'm trying to figure out what would be close enough to Final Fantasy to be kind of in the same theme, but hopefully it won't come to that. Anyways, I have rambled enough. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week. I will be here on Friday, and my partner will also be here on Friday. Maybe not in the chat, but he'll be hanging out. I hope you all have a good one, and I will be seeing you then for more level 20 MSQ because we've got like 7 MSQs that are all level 20. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. Have a good day, and I will see you all Friday. Bye!